On this episode of ResiWeek, we look back at the hottest stories of 2019, including Ring security issues, Control4 acquires Neo, then merges with Snap AV, and the middle market gap at CD Expo 2019. All this and more on this special episode of ResiWeek.
The network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.
This is ResiWeek episode 203, 2019 in review.
Support for AVNation is brought to you by Crestron.
Welcome to this special episode of ResiWeek. I'm your host, Matty Scott for AVNation.tv, and today we are going to be putting together a collaboration of the biggest stories of this past year. This year was marked by a lot of companies coming together and joining forces, as well as, of course, many innovations being shown off at some of the greatest trade shows in the industry, specifically ISE, Infocom, and CD Expo. But it was not a year without fault. Back in January, it was reported that Ring had been violating its customers' privacy, giving engineers and executives access to live camera feeds of their customers' doorbells. While this was certainly not a good look for Amazon or Ring, it did open up a great conversation about security and privacy surrounding smart home solutions. On ResiWeek episode 154, Avi Rosenthal starts off by talking about the importance of trust between company and consumer and what will happen if that trust is broken.
A company only has one chance at gaining the trust of their consumers. Once that trust is given up, or that trust is broached, it's very hard to get back. You look at what happened with Target. It has taken them years to get over the fact that they had some credit cards stolen. And I think that companies really have to be sensitive to the fact that if they broach that trust with those consumers, there are huge ramifications. And so, I'm always guiding my clients to err on the side of openness, to change their EULAs not to be legalese, to fill them out and present them in a very simple way so the consumer understands completely what they're signing off on. And, to Jason's point, yeah, it takes another sign off to get to the police or another sign off to release it. But most consumers don't even realize that because they just check the box and they move on. And I think it's something that for education is happening right now in the industry. Data is the next great frontier that we have to deal with in privacy. Who owns it? Who keeps it? If you look at what goes on in the healthcare industry, it's all about, nobody can talk to anybody, right? So the pendulum swings the other way. But I think companies have to look at their policies and procedures very carefully, because if they give up that trust with that consumer, let's face it, there's 100 other companies out there making doorbell cameras. Mm-hmm. Amazon doesn't make the only one. Ring doesn't make the only one. There's someplace for the consumer to go if they feel more comfortable. And so they've got to make sure that they're making the consumers, feel comfortable with their decision.
So let me ask all three of you this, and anyone can chime in. What is our responsibility as professionals within this residential home technology base? What is our responsibility in selling these, advising our clients on these products?
Education. In my opinion, it's education. It's helping your consumer understand, your customer understand what they're signing off on and what the ramifications of it are.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, education's huge. And I think a lot of the things is, we're all thinking about doorbell as, or the Ring doorbell, but I'm sure this includes all the Nest cams that are set up within homes. And I mean, that education is probably not even out there, to be honest. So, yeah, that's huge.
Very
and remember, as high-end integrators, we're the consultant to the installation, right? We're the consultant, we're the expert. And so it's our responsibility to make sure that our customers feel comfortable with their decisions.
Hey, thanks for watching the first segment of this week's episode. To catch the entire show, please click the link below or visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.